Good morning, YouTubes. This is another video again, and as you can see, the money light is on. The check engine light, and I call it the money light. Now, I already hooked up my scan tool, and this time I'm using the Maxi Pro diagnostic tool. I already identified the vehicle, and so what I'm going to do now, I do nothing in this car yet. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go to engine and ECT. Alright, so the information this is controlled by the fuel injector, knock sensor, whatever. So go ahead, press OK. Now I'm going to go to trouble code. Alright, so we have 3 code pending. One is a pending code, and then one is a history and current code. So the current code now is a oxygen air fuel sensor ETS circuit low, bank 1 sensor 1. Alright, so this is a current code happening now. So we're going to take a look at our oxygen sensor and test it to make sure that they're operating properly. And because this code is referring to the ETS circuit only, then our focus is going to be on ETS circuit. So let's go into that side of the engine. I'm ready to fly the bonnet. So let me go, for example, before I go, let me go on live data. Apologize for the glare. It's kind of difficult because of the sun is coming up right now, so we can't do much about that. Alright, so I want to find the oxygen sensor. As I said before, this car using air fuel sensor. So what that air fuel sensor does, it take a sample of the air and fuel and measure it and send it to the PCM. So the PCM know for sure how many gas this car to deliver to the engine. So what I'm looking for now, I'm looking for the oxygen sensor bank 1, because this car is a 4 bank. So this car is a 4 cylinder, so it carries 2 oxygen sensor and 2 bank 1 and bank 2. So the bank 1 is measuring what is burning, and the bank 2 is measuring what is coming out. So it carries like a catalyst converter, where that sensor tells the computer that the catalyst converter is working, because the bank 1 sensor and the bank 2 sensor should not have the same relationship. I explained that in a further video. Alright, so as you can see right here, you have the oxygen sensor bank 1 sensor 2. That's not our focus right now. So our focus now is on air fuel sensor bank 1 sensor. So what we can do, we can graph this image. We can graph also bank 2. And normally, when there is an ETS circuit code, sometimes the computer shuts off the system, turn it off for protection. So sometimes you don't see no activities, and sometimes what you can do, we can try to clear the code and to see if the computer can turn on back the ETS circuit. Because for right now, because there is a trouble code present inside the PCM, so the computer shuts down the system, the ETS circuit. So if you go on bank 2, as you can see that they are actually the same, no activities, because the computer shut it off. So what I can do right now, I can go to trouble code, and I can try to clear the code and see if there's activities in the so I can clear DCT. Let me try to clear without the engine off and see what happens, if it allows me to do that. Alright, so there's no fault code detected. So go back into live data and see if I can get any response from the O2 sensors. The good thing about this tool, it can show you the amount of voltage. Oh, it's on already. I was about to say, this tool can show you how much your alternator is putting out charging to the battery. All right, so let's go back to the O2 sensor. I always keep on saying O2 sensor. It's air fuel sensor. Why you get the drift? All right, so as you can see, there are some activities on the bank too. See, there's some activities there. All right. Now we have so there's no activities on that sensor, bank 1 sensor. No activities. The air will move in. Alright, so let me see if the code presents itself again. Trouble code. Alright, so that is why the computer is shutting off the ether circuit. Alright, so air fuel sensor ether control circuit low bank 1 sensor. So all this code referring to the bank 1. And for those who does not know where bank 1 is, let's go inside the engine to find out where the sensor lives. So this is the bank 1 sensor. This one they call the air fuel sensor, the white band sensor that Hamilton use. And as you can see, these two black wires are the same color. Those are the ether circuit. So because the scanner was identifying the ether circuit only, what you're going to do now, you're going to test the ether circuit to make sure it's working. So unplug it. So what I'm going to do now, I want to see if I'm getting battery voltage from the sensor, from the fuse, from to the wiring harness, go straight to the sensor. So I'm going to put my voltmeter and voltage. So on the black wire, lead, sorry, to battery negative, and then the red one. So one of those black wires should show me 14 volt. As I said before, battery voltage. As you can see, I'm getting battery voltage from the ether circuit. Alright, one more test. I want to put my voltmeter to continuity. Now, what this does now, as soon as you put two, as you can see, when you found like put those two together, this is what I want to see. All right. So we're going to test the center itself. All right. So these two black wires are our main focus. These two wires here. So these two terminal 1 and terminal 2. Since I already have my voltmeter to continuity, I should hear like a beeping sound, meaning that they found it has continuity. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that word right. As I said before, these two wires, you can see clearly, terminal 1 and terminal 2. And right here, we have terminal 1 and terminal 2. Alright, so make sure that we don't bend them. Right here. As you can see, we have no continuity in the circuit. No continuity from the oxygen sensor itself. So let me make sure that my connection is right. Alright? It's going to be difficult for me to hold with one hand. Okay, good, very good. Alright, so there is no continuity. And zero, out of range. So this is the reason for the checking light to come on the car. So this car needs air fuel sensor in order for the checking light to come off. Alright, so what I just did, I checked the outlet sensor itself. Now, let me recover that connector. Alright, that's it. Time for the clear. Alright. This is the reason for this code to be present. You can see circuit low on sensor, EV circuit. What this sensor does is, it helps the computer, it helps the engine to reach to a fast engine warm-up, a 40 temperature. That's why they put the EV circuit inside the sensor so they can operate quickly when you start the engine. So, alright, just to give you an idea what I'm talking about, I want to check the same resistance on a Toyota RAV4. So this is the O2 sensor bank 1, and as you can see, these wires are they're separate, different from these from the camera. So what I'm going to do now, I want to check the resistance of the sensor to give you a brief idea what I'm talking about. If I can set the camera where I can, because I need both hands to work. It allows me to do. I'm trying to position the camera where I can, because I need both of my hands. Alright, so this is, let's see right there. Alright, let me see if I can do it with my one hand. So, okay, so this is the sensor wire, and this is a bank 1 sensor. Alright, goes straight to the first sensor, as you can see it on the exhaust manifold. So as I can say, as I said before, these two same color known to be the ET circuit, and those two same color, the white, these are white, one is black, one is gray. So these two wire are our main focus. Alright, so these two wire I'm going to test for continuity, and my voltmeter is on continuity already. So we test it on that one, two same black wire, and then we see this one. Now I want to test it now to see if we see some type of movements on this one. I need both hands. I need another pair of hands. Alright, so our two wires, our two main wires, our two terminals, sorry, is on these two, terminal 1 and terminal 2. Alright, so I'm going to put on the camera for a moment.